This is the Phillies Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Philadelphia Phillies. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Welcome to the show, everybody. This is Locked On Phillies Postcast and the Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. My name is Mark Farzetta. It's great to have you along for the ride. Connor Thomas has you covered each and every day with the Locked On Phillies podcast. So make sure you guys are liking and subscribing and all that fun stuff. I'll tell you what I like it to subscribe to. 17 hits in back-to-back nights for this Philadelphia Phillies team. I will like and subscribe to a 5-0 Jesus Luzardo. I will like and subscribe to 3 hit nights by Bryce Harper, and Brandon Marsh. Subscribing to that all the live long day. Before I go any further, let me just jump to something here because again, this is the Rockies, okay? And I say again because we made this point last night after game 1. I just want to say this: the Phillies are now about to win, and I'm going to say this with confidence, even though Taijuan Walker's pitching tomorrow. But I'm going to say this with some confidence. The Phillies are about to win their seventh series of their last 8 series. Okay? That's great. I don't care that they're beating up on the Rockies. And it became a little bit closer than we would have liked, 7-4 game as opposed to a 7-1 or 7-2 win, whatever. Lazar, welcome back to the big leagues. Stuff happens. But I don't care that it's the Rockies. The Phillies, for the most part, are doing exactly what they should be doing against a team like the Rockies. So the only reason I say this is because when you go into work tomorrow, or you're on your Zoom meeting, or you're on your Teams meeting, whatever, and someone at the water cooler or someone at the beginning of the meeting while you're waiting for everyone else to get into the meeting, whatever, someone's just like, it's only the Rockies, and they want to talk like that, just be like, yeah, this is what they should do against the Rockies. They should beat them, and you should never really be nervous that they're not going to beat them. Last night, honestly, they're down 3-1 in the 6th inning. I still feel like they're going to win, and they did. I didn't expect them to explode in the way they did in the 8th and 9th innings, but they did, and that was fun. Then tonight, you almost have an about face from what you saw last night in the game. And it was funny. I thought of it when Bryce Harper got the 2-run double in the 1st inning. I'm like, oh, runs early. This is going to be a flip of last night. This is going to be an opposite of last night, where all of a sudden you get the win, you get the runs early, and you're cooking. Not the edge of your seat stuff like we had to go through last night for at least a little bit. I sat back and I relaxed, and I waited for the Phillies to add on. You know what the Phillies did? They added on. They did exactly what they were supposed to do against this Colorado Rockies team. So let's get into it. First and foremost, 3 big things. Number 1, Bryce Harper staying red hot. You love to see it for Bryce, and if you look at the numbers right now for Bryce Harper, absolutely fire. 3 hits again today. Again, got the Phillies' great offensive day going with the 2-run double. Just barely, somehow, magically, maybe he didn't, but anyway, he was ruled safe, even upon further review, ruled safe at second base in the 1st inning to get the Phillies going with 2 runs on that double. In total, he gets his batting average up to 272, much more respectable. And by the way, the on-base percentage up there to 381 for Bryce Harper. You need him locked in. And let me say this one more time. I don't care that it's the Rockies. He's doing what he should do against the Rockies. Would I like maybe a couple of home runs in this series? Still got 2 games left to do that? Sure, I'd love to see that. But getting good contact, good solid contact. No, not a lot of those flares that we have seen more often than not from Bryce Harper. A couple of doubles tonight as well. You love to see that for Bryce. Number 2, Jesus Luzardo. Number 1, Bryce Harper. Number 2, Jesus Luzardo. You go into a night that has 17 hits, 7 runs. I'm going to go offense, number 1. Number 2, I'm going to go to Jesus Luzardo because he battled through 6 innings tonight. 105 pitches, matches his season high. 3 walks also matches his season high. I don't know where this ranks in as far as season highs or whatever, but 7 3-ball counts tonight. 3 of those resulted, obviously, in walks. 7 3-ball counts for Jesus Luzardo seems high. I have no barometer for that. Other than that just seems high for him. He had laboring innings tonight. He would get guys 8 pitch at bats, 9 pitch at bats, whatever the case might be, but he continuously found his way out of those jams. First and foremost, you see him in the second inning, 27 pitches in that second inning. He did not allow a run. 21 pitches in the third inning, did not allow a run. The inning he did allow a run in was an inning that was absolutely labor-filled. He started out the fourth inning with 60 pitches. Ended up throwing 22 in the fourth inning after walking Doyle on a 3-2 pitch, one of the 7 pitches, or at bats rather, or plate appearances that he had that resulted in a 3-pitch plate appearance. Then he strikes out Farmer, gets him on a sweeper. Doyle's able to take second on the strikeout. Freeman comes up, gets the RBI single to left field. Kepler bobbles it in left field, allowing the run to score. Doyle scores on the play. It's now a 3-1 Phillies lead. Amador then comes up to the plate, and he takes a nice long at bat there for himself and goes down looking at a fastball. 22 pitches in the inning, 1 run scores, but no huge trouble there for Jesus Luzardo, despite a third consecutive 20-plus pitch inning for him. That's not exactly the Jesus Luzardo we have gotten used to with efficiency that we have gotten used to here in Philadelphia. But today was a little bit of a struggle for him. But again, battled through it. I was a little surprised at 92 pitches that Rob Thompson sent him back out there for the 6th inning. But lo and behold, there he was. 94 pitches to start the 6th inning. And he gets the guys 1, 2, 3. 2 more strikeouts, one of Goodman on a slider, the other Tolia on a changeup, and then he got Doyle to ground out to second base. He did have some solid defense behind him for the most part tonight. Stott had a couple of great stabs there at second base tonight. Alec Bohm's range was some of the best we've seen all season from him, and that's saying something because he played a very good third base, if not a great third base for the Phillies to this point this year. So really just a lot of support for him as the game went on. And even though you might say throughout different points he didn't have his best stuff, he found a way out of any semblance of a jam that he got into. There was one inning in particular that I was looking for. It was the second inning. Second inning, Freeman worked an 8-pitch at bat. Amador worked a 9-pitch at bat. That was after going with a full count to Doyle before he walked him. And on the 5-4 fielder's choice in the second inning, that was one of the first plays where you saw Alec Bohm range drastically to his right to make a play, and he had that Brooks Robinson, Manny Machado, Derek Jeter type of jump throw to throw to second base to get the force out. Couldn't turn 2 on it, but it got the things going in the right direction for Jesus Luzardo with the great range there by third baseman Alec Bohm. So it was great to see that from Harper with the offense, number 1. Number 2, Jesus Luzardo, 6 innings, 1 run, 10 strikeouts, by the way, 1 shy of his season high of 11, which he had in his first start of the season. All great things that he was able to battle through this game tonight, despite a high pitch count, especially after just 5 innings of work. Number 3, I mean, you could go Alec Bohm here. You could go Kyle Schwarber here with his 17th home run of the season. And yes, 301st of his career. Just everything cooking right now for the Phillies. I think I'm going to combine it all and just say 5 straight wins. 5 straight wins. Yeah, okay. You face a team like the Rockies. Is it that impressive to win the first 2 games? No. But they're not playing down to their opponent. How many times have we seen teams, whether they're in Philadelphia or not, better teams play down to their opponents? The Phillies are not playing down to their opponent in the Colorado Rockies. The Phillies did not play down to their opponent against Pittsburgh Pirates, unless you're talking about Paul Skeens, and then you're talking about the third game of that series where they win 1-0. That's a tough one. That's a bit of a tough one. And you also had a rookie pitcher making his obvious major league debut in Mick Abel. So, yeah, I'm not going to go ahead and say that's playing down to an opponent. But they did what they were supposed to do against the Pirates, and they're doing what they're supposed to do right now against the Colorado Rockies. And I'd love to see that. By the way, speaking of the Pirates, they just won a game 1-0. They've had 2 1-0 games in their last 3. The one, obviously, was on the losing end with the Phillies. Former Philly Bailey Falter tossed 7 scoreless for the Pirates in that win. How about that? But all in all, Phillies get the win tonight, 7-4, and I think everyone is feeling like they're in a really good place for the Phillies, with one exception. I'll say it again, and I say it with some warning. Taijuan Walker starts tomorrow. Now, the good news is that he starts against a rookie who's only making a second big league start of his career in Palmquist. Carson Palmquist is getting the start. So, hey, Taijuan, just a little bit of the guy that we saw in Tampa. Can I get a little bit of the guy that I saw in Tampa that had the 3 scoreless innings, the 7 strikeouts? That'd be fun. If we could get that. Oh, and offense, by the way, could you score 20 runs tomorrow? Please? Asking for a friend, and my friend is Taijuan Walker. When we come back, we're going to take a look at your comments on this game, where your head's at with this. We'll officially name our player of the game. We'll give you the turning point of this game, and we'll also give you what you'll be talking about tomorrow when it comes to the Phillies and Colorado Rockies. That's when we return. This is Locked On Phillies Postcast on the Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. Oh, Monarch Money. I really hope you guys are taking advantage what Monarch Money can do for you, because the things they can do for you are spectacular. Nothing short of spectacular. For instance, you got to think of Monarch Money right now as if it's your personal CFO. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app after all, people. It's a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place, so you stop just managing your money and start building wealth. When I started using Monarch Money, I realized just how much money I am spending on food delivery, whether it's for me, the missus, and the kids, for fancy meal, as they call it. Monarch Money helps you track all that food delivery. And how about the all-in-one convenience of the app? Instead of just juggling multiple apps, Monarch Money can check your finances for you, track your spending, and even plan long-term goals all in one app. Managing your money with your partner is also smoother than ever. Perhaps you just got married. Perhaps you just moved in with your lady friend, your significant other, whatever. And you want to track spending, combining accounts. Monarch Money is there for you to take the stress out of the situation. So take control of your finances with Monarch Money and use promo code LOCKEDONMLB. That's promo code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com. Promo code LOCKEDONMLB for half off your first year at monarchmoney.com. Jumping into it, ladies and gentlemen.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
I'm gonna go sweeping. You got 8 players of the game. Let's go 9. Let's throw Jesus Luzardo in there. Let's get crazy. While I'm just throwing these out there, did a Jesus Luzardo too. 9 players of the game today. There's one person who is not a player of the game today. I want you to take a look at this box score. I want you to tell me right now who is not qualified to be among the 9 players of the game. That's right, JT Realmuto. If you said JT Realmuto, you won. And I love JT. But goodness gracious, everybody hits but JT. Woohoo! Not ideal. Not ideal for the Phillies catcher, who has certainly been struggling this season. Not even as of late. This season. Like, I was looking it up to see his splits and just see what it is. What's he up to there? Oh, he's hitting like 220 in his last 2 weeks. Well, he's not really that far off from 220 for the season. So what am I telling you? Nothing. I'm like, well, he's only batting like 220 over the last 2 weeks. Well, he's batting like 223 on the season. So the season has been terrible for JT Realmuto. But Luzardo and let's see, what do we have here? Batters 1 through 7, and then 8 and 9. And so there you go. And as I mentioned earlier, Jesus Luzardo, in case I didn't show you the line yet for him, there it is: 6 innings, 2 hits, just 2 hits, 3 walks, as I mentioned earlier. Jose Ruiz, 3 hits in his inning of work, 19 pitches needed in that. And Lazar going out there, 2 innings, gotten 2 in the 9th inning for 2 runs on 3 hits. That's the way that boiled down. So players of the game, pretty much everybody but JT. And as far as the turning
point, to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Easily, you could talk about a 3-0 lead after the first inning. I mentioned the Bryce Harper 2-run double to start things off there as far as the scoring went in the first inning. Well, Nick Castellanos also came up with a sac fly RBI to center field that brought Bryce Harper home. It made it a 3-0 lead. So really after that, you're like, Luzardo's on the hill. They got this. Once Luzardo got out of that second inning by getting Amador to ground out on the comebacker, on the 9th pitch of that at-bat, 27th pitch of the inning, I felt like it wasn't going to get much harder than that. That was a big turning point as far as I was concerned. 4th inning, he only allows the 1 run. Felt pretty good about that. I mean, you could easily go to a 3-0 lead in the first inning and say, well, yeah, it was all gravy after that. You could also go to the 7th inning where the Phillies were able to take it from a 4-1 game to a 7-2 game, or 7-1 game, thanks in large part to the Kyle Schwarber home run to start off that inning, with a 1-out home run, one of the few occasions that Bryce Harper made an out tonight. Kyle Schwarber got the home run to center field, 430 feet. Certainly put that as a turning point, but if I had to say there was one moment, it was the second inning. Jesus Luzardo gets out of trouble, and you're like, you're just not going to be in trouble that many times tonight. So he got out of that 3-0 lead. Golden. Felt golden about it. As far as what you'll be talking about tomorrow,
this is what you'll be talking about.
Bryce Harper being red hot, the Phillies 1 win away from clinching yet another series victory, and Kyle Schwarber going Schwarberian on baseball yet again, 430 feet. Goodness gracious. 17 home runs for the major league leader in home runs, Kyle Schwarber, for your NL East, first place NL East ball club, the Philadelphia Phillies. Yeah, I think you'll be kicking that around. Also, it's not so much what you're going to be talking about tomorrow. You might be breathing in and out. By the way, for the record, it's Shohei Ohtani and Kyle Schwarber are co-leaders, 17 home runs on the season. But the Dodgers suck now and everything, right? Anyway, what are we talking about tomorrow also? Maybe where are the paper bags? I have a feeling that maybe at the office tomorrow, people are going to be looking for paper bags to breathe in and out of during the game when Taijuan Walker starts at Coors Field. No way that could go wrong, right? It came up on my algorithm recently, the 23-22 Phillies win over the Cubs a million years ago, And that might be the score tomorrow night. It might be 23-22 Phillies tomorrow night. That's what I'll cross my fingers for. Please let that happen. Where they win, of course. Actually, don't let that happen because it's an 8:40 start time. I won't do the post-game show probably about 2 a.m. Anyway, let's jump to let's jump to the chat check and see how you guys are doing on this fine evening. Oh, my goodness. Phillies get another win. You got to be feeling pretty good about that. Let's start it out with Ken. Ho-hum, another game, another Schwarbomb. Luzardo win. Laugh out loud. When is Dombrowski going to sign Kyle? He is waiting for Wawa Schwarberfest. How great would that be? They give him his contract in a picnic basket with shorties in it. And, yeah, I like it. All right, anyway. Evelyn, what's up, Evelyn? Hi, Farsi. Hello, Evelyn. Luzardo, great. Offense, great. Bullpen, Marsh looking great. Let's go. Oh, and the Mets lose again. Wah, wah, wah. New York Metropolitans. That's a shame. Dropped 2 of 3 to the Yankees. And now it looks like they're dropping. They just dropped 2 of 3 to the Boston Red Sox. They got shut out tonight. And tell me you don't enjoy every sip, taste, morsel, crumb, whatever of seeing Mets fans complain about Juan Soto not hustling. Just, oh, man. Oh, let me drink your tears of unfathomable sadness. Oh, it's so great. Morgan, hello. Morgan Landy. Praise Jesus. There you go. Go Phils. Go Phils. Oh, Polar Buck, just here to say I'm awake and bleep the Mets. No better message I could get. Thank you very much. Philly Nate, undeniable JT is one of the best defensive catchers in baseball. However, how long does he continue to struggle offensively, especially against the Rockies? Before I should sweat. Before I should sweat, Farzi. Yes, sweat. I sweat. when I watch him at the plate. Defensive bullpen need work. JT is not that good a catcher to endure offer after offer. Well, yeah. I personally think he's in his last year with the Phillies. That's where I'm at. Who do they go to next? Well, work some magic, Dave Dombrowski, because it doesn't look like Rafael Marchand is ready. And I love Garrett Stubbs to pieces. And I love my vibes. And I love my bunts. Okay. But I don't think he's your he's not your everyday guy either. So there's that. Graham Francis, what's up, bud? Have to tip my hat to Luzardo and Kepler. Both been very worthy additions thus far. Jesus could be my new favorite. Love the eye gear. The eye gear is pretty top notch. I got the rec specs, man. He rocks the rec specs, that's for sure. I will say, as far as Max Kepler went, he came up with one of the big hits in the 7th inning during that rally. Was it the 7th inning? He came up with a walk in that inning. Scoozy. When did he come up with it? Oh, it was the 5th inning. Came up with the RBI double to center field that brought Kyle Schwarber home from first. That's got to feel good because he and JT Realmuto had been the coldest Phillies in the lineup. Joel Elvers, hello. Almost the opposite of last night's game. Yeah, absolutely. Phillies scored early this time. Rockies scoring a couple in the 9th inning to make it almost interesting. That's funny. Bandman 100. Once again, Alec Bohm being 6'5" is very useful. He used every inch of that height today. That's why they call him Raffy, because he's built like a giraffe. Another nice box score, only 5 strikeouts. Plate discipline continues to improve. Jess Patrick II. Crazy. What's up, Crazy? We need a bullpen piece so bad. It's got me wanting David Robertson. Yeah, how about that story? The Phillies interested in kicking the tires on old 40-year-old David Robertson. He is 40, right? Is it 40 or 41? I'm going to go ahead and say no. No, thanks. Yeah, 40 years old. When's he turned 41? He just turned 40, April 9th. Okay. He actually, if memory serves, he had a good year last year with the Rangers. ERA of 3 out of the bullpen. How many games did he pitch in last year? 68. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Wow, that's the most games he pitched in since 2018. Holy Stromboli. We hardly knew ye in Philadelphia. Great catches by Bowman Stott tonight. Absolutely, Evelyn. Carson Palmquist shouldn't be playing for the Cardinals. Right? That's where my head's at as well. Watch, I misnamed him, and it's Connor or something like that. No, it's Carson. He's a lefty, by the way. Bandman 100, thank you for referencing it. Yes, that is a good point. JT did have two plays that were robbed in the game tonight. Tovar flagged down 2 of them, and there was just no hope. There was pretty much just no hope, unfortunately. He played a great shortstop today for the Rockies. Mikey B, Dombrowski needs to make a move on the bullpen now. Am I right? I would love to see that happen sooner rather than later. Spurgeon Cake Sir Anthony Dominguez will be available. Evelyn again. My day started today with me sending my Mets-loving brother a screenshot of the NL East standings. Evelyn, way to be. That's a good sister right there. Good job. Thanks to everybody in the chat. You guys are wonderful as per usual. All right. Tomorrow, Taijuan Walker gets the start against Carson Palmquist, left-handed pitcher, 24 years old, coming off his big league debut, to which he got tattooed. It did not go well for him in his big league debut, to say the least. I believe his ERA right now is at 11.25. So I would say that's not great. Yeah, 11.25. 6 hits, no home runs though. Good for him. Good for him. Way to be, young man. Yeah, 24-year-old lefty out of Fort Myers, Florida. He faced the Arizona Diamondbacks. Lasted 4 innings, 5 runs, 6 hits. All runs were earned. Only 1 walk. Hey, how about that, young fella? To give you an idea of what he's going to be throwing tomorrow night, and this will be helpful here. He's a sinker pitcher, 91 miles per hour. Sweeper goes off at 74. Sinker can get up to about 93. 4-seam fastball goes in at 92. So that's what the Phillies are going to be dealing with tomorrow. How big is this kid? 6'3". Yeah. All right. All right, Taiwan. Work's cut out for you, Junior. Let's go out there and do it tomorrow, huh? What do you say there? Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. You guys are great as per usual. Appreciate you guys joining us. Make sure you guys like and subscribe on Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. I got you covered for each and every one of your Locked On Phillies postcasts. Connor Thomas has you covered for each and every one of your Locked On Daily Phillies podcasts. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Be back with you guys tomorrow after the Phillies get out there against the Rockies and hopefully complete the at least clinching win of this 4-game series and 7-game road trip for the Phillies. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.